नमामि शंकराचार्य गुरुपाद सरोरुहम् यस्य प्रसादान् मूढोऽपि सर्वज्ञोऽहं सदा भवम् कामाक्षी करुणारूपं कामकोटि जगद्गुरुं चिन्मूर्तिं कलये चित्ते शंकराचार्यमप्यजम् भक्ताग्र्यगिरिसम्भूता शंकरार्णवगामिनी पुनातु भुवनं पुण्या श्रीगुरो श्रितापगा वेद वेदांत साम्राज्य धर्म कामार्थ मोक्षदं विद्यारण्यं नमः पुण्यं जो विद्यारण्यम् अत्युनत् सदाशिव श्री ब्रह्मेन्द्र धृत सुपद पादुकान् धीरान् परशिवेन्द्रार्यान् ध्यायामि सततं हृदि देवे देहे च देशे च भक्त्यारोग्य सुखप्रदम् उथ पामर सेव्यन्तं श्री जयेन्द्रं नमाम्यहम् मामः शंकरान् वाक्य विजयेन्द्र सरस्वतीं श्री गुरुं शिष्टमार्गानुनेतारं सन्मतिप्रदम् सत्यनारायण क्षेत्रात् सत्यव्रतम् उपागतम् आश्रये कामकोटीषु सत्यश्री चंद्रशेखरं सदाशिव समारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरु परम्परा. Shri Shankara Bhagavatpāda's 2500th Aradhana was performed last year, and after that, our Shri Kanchi Kamakoti Mulamna is Rogya Pithadviti, Jagadguru Shri Shankara Vijayam Saraswati Shankaracharya Swami visited Rameshwara Kshetra and by his own hands performed Abhisheka to Ramanatha Swami and thereby completed his Tirtha Yatra. Starting from that auspicious occasion, with the prarthana of doing anusandhana of all the original Shankara Vijaya texts, we have embarked upon this prayatna. And right now we are examining the Anandagiriya Shankara Vijaya as the 43rd part. And here we are about to examine the second half of the 73rd prakarana of this text and the 74th prakarana. This Shankara Vijaya was composed by one Anandagiri, a direct disciple of Sri Bhagavatpāda, and he has described in much detail the Advaita Tattvapadesha of Bhagavatpāda, how Bhagavatpāda debated with the followers of various matas which were mixing various non-Vedic aspects with quoting some parts from the Veda and so on, and taught all of them the proper path of understanding the Vedas and of doing Anushtana. And after that, Bhagavatpāda came to Kanchipuram and he demonstrated his Sarvajñatva and did Sarvajña Pitharohanam here. All this is clearly given in this text. And especially, he is well known as the Shanmata Pratishthabhakacharya, and how he sent various yatis to all directions to do prachara of the Vaidika Shaiva Mata, Vaishnava Mata, Shakta, Ganabhatya, Saura, and so on, and Kapalika Mata, even Kapalika Mata. In each prakarana, it is very clearly said that those Shishyas started from Kanchipuram and went to all areas and came back to Bhagavatpāda. So, right now, Bhagavatpāda is in Kanchipuram, and the previous part of this prakarana, the 73rd prakarana, showed how Padmapada and the other Shishyas who did prachara of the various matas, they praised Bhagavatpāda, and here there is a bhajana, set of verses which are by which the Shishyas, it is said that they placed Bhagavatpāda in the middle of a circle, and even in the very earlier 14th prakarana, such a Guru Bhajana was described. And they Paramaguru Charanaravinde Yugalam Natva, there it was said very clearly that they used to do 12 times Namaskara to Acharya. And Dhakka, Tala, Veena, the Karaha, they were carrying the Damaru, Tala, and Veena and other such instruments in their hands. Tala, Tikrama, Vinodam, Evan Chakro, so they used to daily do this. And the song that they used to sing, let us do Anusandhanam of that, and then go on to the next prakarana. Sambande Gurum Abhyaktesham Vyakta Jagat Karanamadvitam Nityam Satyam Jnanamanantam Shantamajam Dhruvam Akshara. I bow to that Guru who is none other than Parameshwara, who is Abhyakta, who is not clearly immediately seen to the normal instruments of perception, but he is the cause of the entire world which is subject to perception, and he is of an Advaita Swarupa. He is a non-dual nature, but this entire world is exhibiting duality, but its Moola Karana is Advaita. It is non-dual. Nityam Satyam Jnanam Anantam. So as it is said in the Upanishad, the Satya Jnana Ananta Swarupa and Shanta Prapanchopashamam Shantam of all these samsara jalas have subsided in that Paramatma Swarupa. Ajam Dhruvam Akshara Rupam, that form which never gets destroyed. And that is the form of our Guru, and to that Guru I bow. Tadvijnana diha sujnanam praptam abhud achiradasmabhi. So by knowing this form of the Guru, by understanding that I myself am of that form, I have reached the sujnana, the proper meaningful knowledge which will give moksha. But those who have not received this knowledge, ye moodha jive parabhedam jalpantiha bhavabdho magnaha nana yonishu jatah punarapi matristanarasa panan mattaha. So those who are not yet devoid of this ajnana, so they keep talking about, they even go to the extent of saying that it is absolutely true that Jiva is different from Ishvara. But they are all, because the Upanishad says that as long as you continue this Bheda Drishti, you will remain in samsara. That is what the Upanishad says. So they keep being born in various forms, as various species, and then they may even come to the level of being born as a human, and they drink mother's milk. And again, from that infant stage, they come to the next stage. Balyam punarapi kaumarante yauvana mudyat sthabiratvancha samprapyanantarakālāgata mrityubashat paralokanubhava. So childhood and early childhood, later childhood, they come to youth, and then they crossing middle age, they go to attain old age, and after that the mrityu, the death which has to come at its own time. Then they go there, and then they go beyond that death, they go to various worlds, and they experience whatever sukha dukkha in those worlds that they are entitled to. And then they come back to this world because of the karma shesha, which causes them to be born again. So the Panchagni Vidya, which is described in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, and so on, it says that a jiva, when he, whatever the punya papas that they perform in this janma, so it goes as invisible ahuti to the paraloka. So the paraloka is considered to be the first agni, and from that paraloka, the sukshma sharirarambhaka dravya, very subtle form which would cause the next birth, it is created, and then it goes into Parjanya, who is the devata of rain, as ahuti, and from that rain is created, and the Prithvi, the earth, is the third agni, and rain is given as ahuti into this agni, and from that earth lots of plants and other such food is created, and that goes into the mouth of a male, who is the fourth agni, and from the male is created that essential substance which is capable of giving life, creating another jiva, and that substance is given as an ahuti into a female, and from that a child is born. So these are the 5 agnis through which the samsara chakra is repeated. So sanushayah panchamavanyāhuti varimayādyah purushākārāha. So starting from being as a droplet of that sukshma water, it is described as water, but that is the paribhasha through which there is the technical presentation through which this cycle is described. Punarapi tadvan nanavastha prapita tanuvi vashah papate. So likewise, after taking that janma, so they are experiencing many such, they are undergoing many such experiences, and because of the pura janmas, pura karma, they will go and take up again and again various bodies, and due to papa, sukhapalamichantas tatkaranam ajnanam nahi kuruvantopi. So that Subhashitam is very well known, which says punyasya phalamichanti punyan nechanti manavaha na papa phalamichanti papam kuruvanti yattadaha. So everybody wants to be happy. But sukham iti yat phalam tad icchantaha. People, they want to desire to acquire that phala, which is sukha. But what is the cause of sukha? Punya is the cause of sukha. Whether will they do punya? No, they won't do because of ajnana. Dukkha prapti vidhitsa nityam. So here there is a patha bheda which is somewhat better. Vidhisthaha nityam. So they, or you can say that they are involved in receiving dukkha and even in giving dukkha, taking the part of vidhitsa or taking the better part of vidhisthaha. So they are in the fate of again and again experiencing dukkha. Bheda dhiyangi krita samsaraha. Because of the bheda buddhi that they have taken up this samsara, they are undergoing it again and again. To them, shuddhadvaja vijnanam aruchyam tesham kritam iva rogayutanam. So, if somebody goes and tries to teach them Advaita Vidya, they say, Hare, what is this? Only if the world is there, there are so many different kinds of things to be experienced in this world. You are saying Advaitam, there is only one thing. This is not very tasteful. So that is how even Advaita Vidya, which is capable of giving moksha, will appear to these people like if there is another, as it is said, mumurusha or aushadham visham. So medicine, it is mixed with ghee and it is given to a person who is ill, maybe even who is so seriously ill that he may die. But if he is to die, if he is fated to die, then to him, that even that medicine, it will seem as if it is visham. So he will not consume it. He will refuse to consume it. So then what will happen will happen. So kritamiva roga yutanam yenashtane ka janiprarabdhas teshameva dvaitamatisya. So only those whose aneka janma sampadita prarabdha karmas, the karma which is collected from so many janmas, only for those whose karmas are depleted, only they can attain the Advaita Jnana. Paramavyayam Advaitam Brahmaivahan natu kinchit jno jivaha. So only those people will realize that they are that Advaita Parabrahma and they are which never decays, and they are not this Alpagnya Jiva that they so far think that they are. Nahime dehendriya sanyogaha Vityabhuta Janipramukha Kim. See, if I realize this Vastava Swarupa of myself, I don't even have any connection with this physical body or with the Indriyas which are there in the five sense organs which are there in the physical body. Then, if so, then how am I going to connect to this samsara loka? I will not be spending any involving myself in this at all. So it is said that the Nyaya Vedam Sutram, as Bhagavatpāda very praises much in his Brahmasutra Bhashya, Dukkha Janma Pravritti Dosha Mithya Jnananam Uttarottarāpāye Tadanantarāpāyāt Apavargaha. So, see, we experience dukkhas. What is the reason for that? We have taken this janma. Why have we taken this janma? Because we did many things in the previous janma, for which we have to experience the fruit. So why did we do those things? The dosha was there for that pravritti, doing those things. The cause is the dosha, the ragadvesha, which causes one to be involved in the outside world. What is the cause of ragadvesha? Ajnana is the cause of ragadvesha. Not realizing that sarvam brahmavayam, that is the cause of your liking or disliking something that is outside. So if the Moola Karana of Ajnana is destroyed by Jnana, then the effect of that, everything will be destroyed. So there will be no Janma. If you don't have Ajnana, then you will not you will not have Ragadvesha. If you do not have Ragadvesha, you will not be doing any such deeds. If you do not do any such deeds, you do not have any karma to experience, so you will not be taking up any new birth. So if you do not take up any new birth, you will be the Shashvata Brahma Ananda Swarupa, you will have no dukkha at all. Iha paraloka dvajamapi nahi me tattvam purnam sampraptancha. So I have nothing to achieve either in this loka or going to the paraloka, because I have attained that tattva, which is the Sampurna Swarupa. Sthula kalevara metat panchi kritabhutotham lingantastham Kritva karana dehe tadapi cha pranamatityatha sa bindusthane. So the process which was even earlier mentioned in a previous prakarana of dissolving. So this physical body, we think of and we realize that this physical body is not permanent. It keeps changing and it even dies out entirely. So this physical body is not I. I am not this. This is not my real form. So we then think of this and we realize that, okay, let us think that we are in the lingas, sharira, the manas. So that is something that is more permanent than the physical body. Okay. But then even that mind is not permanent. It is not ekarupa. It is not consistent always. That keeps changing. So beyond that, the karanam, that which is called the jiva, that is my core form. And then beyond that karana sharira, there is the prana, which causes the jiva to continue to get attached or to be able to enter and function in the body. And beyond that prana, the bindusthane angushte param atmanilinam pravidhayantah paripurnamatam. So this is the process of dissolution. And he goes to that bindusthana, what is called the bindusthana, the central point, which is of the, as it is said, Angushtamatra Purusho Madhya Atmana Tishtati, Angushtamatra Purusha Hridesha Arjuna Tishtati. So as it is said in the Upanishad and Gita, of that thumb, the size of a thumb, that central part of the heart, Paramatma is there. And once I realize that I am actually that Paramatma, Antaha, which is who is always within me, Paripurnam, he is in his full form, in his full splendor, he is there inside me. He is neither born nor destroyed. Bhutta, once I realize that, what will happen to me? Bhutta parama nandagara shuddhadvaita phalanubhavati. So once I understand that there is some patha dosha here in the last word, but once I attain that Paramatma, realize that Paramatma Swarupa of myself, I will become of a form of eternal bliss. So Shuddha Advaita Phalanubhavat. So I will attain the fruit of the Advaita Jnana. Evam Vartitu Rihaparabhitar Nahi Me Paramavuro Deshat. So once I attain this particular this Jnana, I will not be afraid of either anything in this Janma or of going to another Janma and suffering in any other way. Paramaguru Upadesha, by the very the kripa of the Guru, as he has given me his Upadesha, I will not suffer at all. Samsara. So after this, these bhajana verses, there are some shlokas which indicate the meaningfulness or the importance of attaining this jnana. Samsarasya aushadham nityam yona vetti vimudhathihi sagunam nirgunam vapi konyastasmad chetanaha. So that Paramatma, who is the medicine of this vyadhi, that is the samsara. If a person who he is vimudhathihi, his mind is engrossed by meaningless things and he does not realize this Paramatma. Okay, it may be Nirgunam. Okay, maybe everybody will not be able to realize the Nirguna Paramatma. But at least think of the Saguna Paramatma, Ishvara, Shiva, Vishnu, and so on. At least think of him. If you don't even do that, what is you don't, you are mindless. Achetana. Athava sarvadeheshu sapavasthitam Ishwaram yona janati mudhatma konyastasmad achetanaha. If one does not realize that that single Parameshwara is present in all the bodies, then you are mindless. What are you doing? Where is your mind? Lokesmin mokova badhiropiva napakramati samsara atmahanta bhavet satu. So unless you are you mute or are you deaf? Are you not able to understand this tattva? If you are not, you don't have such difficulties, but you still don't learn, you don't realize your yathartha swarupa, and if you don't go beyond this samsara, Ihachedavedi tatha satyamasti nachedihavedin mahati vinashti yekecha atmahanojanaha. It is in separate places in the Upanishads it is said, one who does not here realize his meaningful, his real form, he is equivalent to having committed suicide, because he does not bring himself up from this samsara of birth and death. So unless durbuddhi samsare sambhramettu yaha. So continuing all these misconceptions, if one person keeps rotating again and again in the samsara, tatrapi viraktaha, viraktasaha. So even after attaining so many janmas, if he has not attained this vairagya, he does not realize that this world is not paramarthika, it is not absolutely true, then athav patanam richati. So he will fall. He is sure to, if he doesn't make any efforts to go up towards Bhagavan, then he will fall. Lokesmin bhedajnana vimohitaha atmanam nahi janati atmahanta bhavennaraha. If he does not, if he is engrossed with this ajnana, of this bhedajnana, of seeing all these duality, then he does not realize his atma swarupa, then he is equivalent to having committed suicide. Lokesmin napived brahma sad rasam trishna shanti tasya nasti bahu matristanodrasaihi. So if one does not drink that rasa, that is, as it is said in the Upanishad, the raso vaisaha, the Paramatma is the true rasa, the true nectar. If one does not drink that nectar, even if he drinks the mother's milk of so many mothers in so many janmas, he will not attain Trishna Shanti. All this, the propensity to go to experience outside world pleasures, that will never leave him unless and otherwise he drinks the rasa of the Parabrahma. Lokesmin Sadguror Upadeshataha Najanati Parambrahma Tam Vinapatitastukaha. If one does not realize the Parabrahma by the Upadesha of the Sadguru, then who else other than him is Patita? Who else has fallen? That is what we quoted earlier. If you realize, if you use this human birth to uplift yourself, to go towards Bhagavan, to realize his Vastava Swarupa, then it is meaningful. Nache dihavedin mahati vinashti. If you have lost this chance, oh, what a great loss it is. Tam vida patitastukaha. Lokesmin mooladharadi chakrakam brahmamargam najanati tam vida patitastukaha. So the path from this mooladhara chakra up to the Brahma Tantra, up to the Sahasrara chakra, if one does not understand that, learn that path, then who else is a sinner? Lokesmin roganga vikalanna chet nangushtham ishwaram veti tam vina patitastukaha. As mentioned earlier, unless and otherwise you have some serious difficulty, like your body being having some physical handicap, unless such difficulties are there, then if you do not spend time on realizing that angushtamatra paramatma in your heart, then who else is a sinner? Lokesmin purnam advaita lakshanam najanati param brahma tam vina patitastukaha. If you do not realize the parabrahma vastu, which is all through this world, it is of the advaita swarupa. If you do not realize the parabrahma, who else is a sinner? Lokesmin shuddha advaita. So unless you have come to this meaningful, very meaningful janma, in which you are capable, you are not having any such difficulties in functioning properly in your physical body, and you have the chance, you have the opportunity to go to a guru and listen to such sadupadesha. But having received all that, if you do not do this, or if you do not spend your time on such meaningful things, then you are lost. That is what these shlokas keep telling us. Shuddha Advaita Ashrito Nachet. So unless you have dedicated yourself to Advaita, see, realizing Advaita, it may take time, but at least we should realize that Advaita is the Paramalakshya, and we have to go to that step by step. If you do not even dedicate yourself, Sayati Matru Kotinam Garbhashayyam Vinashtadhihi. So his mind is lost. So he will keep going and spending, lie in the womb of so many crores of mothers in the successive janmas. Lokesmin Shankaracharya Muttamam Advaita Gurumeshanam Nadhyayet Satupataki. So if you do not resort to this great Shankaracharya who teaches this Advaita, who, if you do not realize that he is the Parameshwara Swarupa, if you do not meditate on him, then you are a sinner. Advaitena vida mokshaha na jivasyeti nishchayaha. This is what the Upanishad says. Unless and otherwise you realize that everything, there is only one true thing all through the world, then you will not attain moksha. That is what the Upanishad says. Tasmat advaitam ishanam gurum bandamahevayam. So we bow to that guru who is the Parameshwara, who is of the Advaita Swarupa. Ityanekatha gurum stutva prapta tadatya vaibhavaha tushtima. So they have attained the greatness, the vaibhava of tadatmya. So because the Paramatma who is there inside the Guru and the Paramatma who is there inside the Shishya is the same Paramatma. So once they, by doing the stuti of this Guru, by the anugraha of the Guru, they have attained that state. And tushtim asuho, they have attained silence. That silence in which the Adi Guru Dakshinamurti is, such a state they also attain. Itya Anandagiri Kritau Guru Stotram Nama Prakaranam Trasaptatikam. Thus ends this 73rd Prakarana. The next final Prakarana, Tatah Param Sarvaloka Guruhu. So again, let us remember, Acharya is in Kanchipuram. He has completed his Digvijaya Yatra. He came to Kanchipuram, did Sarvajya Pitharohanam here, and sent his Shishyas from here to all places to do Shanmata Sthapana. And this is where all the Shishyas did bhajana surrounding him. And one day, Sarvaloka Guruhu Acharyaha Swashishyan Paramatakaala Nalali Yatin Tadanyamscha Tatra Tatra Vishayashu Preshayitva. So it seems he has sent away a lot of these Shishyas, Paramatakaala and other the Shanmata Pracharakas to various other places. Possibly he felt that because he is going to attain Videha Kaivalli, if all these Shishyas are present, they will be very much saddened. So might be the reason that Acharya sent them to various places. Tadanantaram Samipastham Indra Sampradayanavartinam Sureshwara Mahuya. Sureshwaracharya is always with Bhagavatpāda, and he is the one who is going to preserve and propagate the Indra Sampradaya, that is the Indra Saraswati Sampradaya through his Shishya, the Sarvajñātma, who was the direct disciple of Bhagavatpāda and the Vidya Shishya of Sureshwaracharya, and by the name of Sarvajñātmendra Saraswati in this Kamakoti Pitham, the Acharyas are coming. That is the Indra Sampradaya, and it is Sureshwaracharya who propagated through his Shishya Parampara this Sampradaya. So Bhagavatpāda calls him and says, Bho Shishya idam mokshalingam chidambara sthalam prati preshaya. So let us recall Bhagavatpāda, the 5 lingas which Parameshwara gave to him at Kailasa. The first linga, the Siddhi linga, he installed at Kedara immediately after coming to Bholoka. And then the Varalinga he installed at Nepal. And Bhogalinga he installed at the Tungabhadra Sangama. And the Yogalingeshwara immediately after coming to Kanchipuram, he started doing puja of that. So this is the remaining 5th linga. So he, Bhagavatpāda instructs Sureshwaracharya to send this to Chidambaram. Ityuktva Swayam Swalokam Gantumichuhu. So he has taken up the sankalpa of going to his real form. Gantumichuhu Kanchi Nagare Mukti Sthale, in this Moksha Kshetra, that is Kanchipura, Kadachid Upavishya on an auspicious Shukla Ekadashi day. That is why in this Rādhanā Upanyasa Mala we have been putting up these Upanyasas on Ekadashi. Upavishya Sthula Shariram Sukshme Antardhapya. So the same procedure, whatever the Guru has taught his Shishyas, he is the Acharya. So he has to demonstrate it, perform it, follow it himself. And so he did Laya of the Sthula Sharira into the Sukshma. Sukshme Antardhapya Tadrupa Bhutva. He took up the form of the Sukshma Sharira. Then Sukshmam Karane Vilinam Kripta. From the Sukshma Sharira, he went into the Karana Sharira. Chinmatro Bhutva. Then beyond that Karana Sharira, he became the Shuddha Chaitanya Paramatma Swarupa Angushthamatra Purushaha. As mentioned earlier, the thumb-sized, in the Dharakasha, which is there inside the heart, the Paramatma who is residing there, he became, took up that form, Tadupari Purnam Akhanda Mandalakaram. So as we say the shloka, Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tat Padam Darishitam Yena, that Pada, that Sthana, which is surrounding all this, in this entire world, that Sthanam, that Padam, which is of the Anandam Prapya, which is Ananda Swarupa, Prapya Sarva Jagad Vyapaka Ropa Chaitanyam Abhavat. So he merged with the Chaitanya which is permeating the entire world. Sarva Vyapaka Chaitanya Rupena Adyapi Tishtati Saeva Shankaracharyaha Guru Mukti Pradasatam. So let us not doubt that, oh, Shankaracharya has gone. No. He is there. He is here. Even today, as that same Sarvavyapaka Chaitanya, the same Shankaracharya, who is the one who gives, as mentioned in the earlier Prakarana, those Sat Janas who worship him by saying Shri Shankaracharya Gurum Bharatpadam Bhajamahe Santatam Ishtasiddhidam. So it is the same Guru who blesses his Shishyas, the devotees, with all the phalas, the Sat Phala Dharmika phalas up to moksha. And with this is the same verse that we have been mentioning repeating at the end of every Upanyasa, and this is where that verse is from. And by this he has completed the story of the Acharya, and now he is about to give the greatness of this Charitra. Akalpametat Paramartha Bodham Sri Shankaracharya Guroh Kathartham Sat Shishya Mukti Pradamastu Loke Samsevidancha Arya Janaira Bhedam. So this Katha, this Charitram, Kathartham, which has lots of meaningful things here, and it gives the Paramartha Bodha. It teaches us what is Advaita, and this Katha of Sri Shankaracharya Guru, and it is capable of giving moksha to the Sat Shishyas, to the dedicated Shishyas. And let this, may this story be listened to by all good people. Arya Janehi Abhedam, the story which is capable of destroying the Dvaita Buddhi, let this be resorted to by all good people. Anandagirina Guror Vijayamuttamam Rachitan Yetu Grindhanti Te Muktasyuhu na Samsheha. Those who receive this Vijaya, this great Vijaya of the Guru, which was composed by Anandagiri, they will definitely, there is no doubt that they will attain moksha. Advaitartha Pradam Lokair Advaitarthanu Chintakaihi Gurukirti Pradam Shastram Upasyam Bhavati Dhrubam. So this is a Shastra. It teaches us, this is about the greatness of the Guru, but it is something that can directly give us the Advaita Sthiti. And so those who want to think about this Advaita Artha, they should do Upasana. They should read and meditate upon, ruminate upon what is said in this. They definitely do this with this particular text. Jayetu Sakala Lokei Sevyamano Gurur Me Vikila Sakala Ved Vidita Sakala Vedyaha Shankaracharya Nama. So victory to my Guru Sri Shankaracharya, who knows everything that is meaningful to be known, who is fit to be worshipped by all the lokas. Matavid Akhila Karman Yantarayani Hatva. So he is the Mateshwara he is the Mata Guru of even the Kapalika comes and tells Bhagavatpāda, we consider you as our Mata Guru. So that is the broad-mindedness and the kripa of the Acharya. So he let him destroy all those things that are a hindrance to us, like Bhagavatpāda himself prayed in the Subramanya Bhajanga to Jnana Swarupi Subramanya Swami. Bhavad Bhakti Rodham Sadaklatta Badham Mamadhin Rutanashayoma Sutattam. Whatever is a hindrance to worshipping you, all those sufferings, those difficulties, all whatever is coming to me because of my previous karmas, you should destroy everything. And Dishatu Paramatattvaha Bhoga Moksham Sa Eva. So he is himself of the Paramatattva Swarupa, and may he give us that Bhoga, whatever the Dharmika Prarthanas, whatever should be attained in this world by Dharmika people, all those Sukhas, Sattvika Sukhas, the Uttama Sukhas, may he give all that to us. And finally, through the Chintana of the Paramartha Tattva, of the Sarveshwara Swarupa, let he give us the moksha also. Chatusaptati Sankhyehi Prakaranai Parishobhitam Guru Digvijayam Nama Shastram Jayato Bhutale. May this Shastra attain victory in this world, which is composed of, which is beautifully composed of 74 Prakaranas. This is the Digvijaya of our Guru. Shri Shankaracharya Gro Rimam Stabam Samasta Papogha Vinasha Hetukam. So this stotra, either this can refer to the stotra starting from the previous Prakarana or to the entire text itself. This is the cause of the demolition of all the heap of papas that we have accumulated in all our previous janmas. The stuti of Sri Shankara Bhagavatpāda, Uman Prayatnena Pathat Katandritaha Sajati Shighram Gurudhama Muktidam. So one who reads through this charitra without being lazy, he will definitely go and attain soon that sthana of the Guru which is capable of bestowing moksha. Sri Shankaracharya Guror Mahajjayam Anantanamna Likhitam Prayatnat Tad Brahma Vidbhih Parishodhaniyam Vicharaniyam Paramartha Siddhyai. So those who want to attain that Brahma Vidya, they should examine this Mahad Digvijaya, the great Digvijaya of Sri Shankaracharya Guru, which is composed by the Yati by name of Anandagiri, and they should examine this, they should think or ruminate over this to attain the Paramartha Shreyas that they want to attain. Nityanantanandagiri Kritau Sachidanandaikyam Nama Prakaranam Chatus Saptatikam. Thus, this text is completed, and by the grace of the Guru, may we again repeatedly do anusandhana of even this text and also get the bhagya of doing the anusandhana of other Sri Shankara Charitra texts and thereby attain all that is auspicious. Sarvabhyapaka Chaitanya Rupena Adyapi Tishtati Seva Shankaracharyaha Gurur Mukti Pradasatam. Hara Hara Shankara Jaya Jaya Shankara.